just not really feeling that good. I feel very broken. Like a tool that my purpose is largely ignored. It's a shame because I'm a good tool too. I know I am. I'm good at what I'm good at, but it doesn't seem to get me any value, you know? It doesn't give me any value from the outside world. I don't know, I'm just particularly lost. I don't even know what to say. I just feel like I feel abandoned. I always feel abandoned. It's all I've really felt since I was 10 years old. Even earlier, shit. How old is grade 4? Yeah, around 9 or 10. All I really know is being rejected by people over and over again. I don't know. I'm at a point where the version of me inside my head and the version of me that people know is just so incongruent. It's just so different that it seems almost impossible to reconcile it. But I realize going through these dating apps trying to find another girlfriend, possible another girlfriend, I'd have to catch that person up on who I am, and what would I even say to them? Are they going to learn the real me, or are they going to learn, am I going to habitually just dial into the current version of me that I put out into the world? And I don't do it consciously. You make yourself more palatable naturally. If you're having a bad day, you don't go and tell the guy that you're ordering food from that you're having a bad day. You just order the food, right? And that applies to everyone. You don't tell this person that. You don't tell your friends that you're actually, having a terrible time and you're trying to get out. You going out with them is like a little attempt to try and break that. You don't even tell the people closest to you about your real issues, what you really think is going on. Maybe I'm unique in that way. I fucking highly doubt it. But I don't know. I feel like even just having this camera on me, I'm putting on a face, but it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. I think the me in my head is I'm trying to match how it actually feels. It's a lot more like this. It's a lot more measured and slow. Not slow in the head, but I process things a second at a time. There are times I'm going at lightning pace as well, but I don't know. I feel like this is more me. It's a shame, because I'm actually really good when it comes to being a good friend and a good son and a good lover, but clearly someone disagrees. I don't know. I feel like with my only girlfriend, she just saw what she wanted to see to make herself the victim, and the reality of who I am as a partner just got swept under the rug. And it really sucks because I put 110% into it, even more. I put everything into it, and to be just not even it's just flatly rejected, not even heard out, She just decided one day, that's it. And then off she goes, and I didn't get anything else. I didn't get a word of consolation. She said she would sit down with me, a week or two later and quote, give me some closure. And she never did it. And I guarantee you she's not losing sleep over it, But I am. It's just not really know fairness is never guaranteed, but it's so blindingly unfair that someone can give everything and be treated in such a, and throughout the whole relationship too, just treated in a way that I almost just didn't matter. Like, again, like I was a tool, but in a whole different way. Like, not a tool for my own purpose, but like I was a tool for her purpose. Like, she would just use me to get things done, and she never checked on me, and she never made me happy. Which is a really grim thing to say, but she didn't. The only times I was actually made happy by her was when she showed signs of becoming someone who actually would make me happy. Someone considered and thoughtful and accountable. Someone reliable, emotionally reliable. And when once she showed little glimmers of that, like, that lit my world up. Because that's what I lost when, I fell in love with this girl and I saw her in a certain way. I guess I assumed that she might be a little bit like me. It's just natural. It's just what you do, right? Sort of see yourself in other people. I just had no other reason to think anything else. And then the first time that I felt really as if she had just dropped the ball and not given me the kind of emotional anything that I needed, consolation at the time, I guess. Just, even just feeling like we were a team. It was a lot of things, so much. It was so much that she dropped the ball on, and the first time I realized it, my world kind of shattered. But me being the perseverant optimist that I try to be, I pushed through it, not realizing that what I was pushing through was not. I was pushing through to a version of the future that was never going to happen. And you know what? In my heart of hearts, I think truly me and her were destined to be together. Like, it was perfect, all the way up until she dropped the ball. I'm not saying I didn't make my own mistakes, but I made up for them. Like, truly, I took accountability and I fixed them. And then the other, quote, mistakes that I made that she would cite are just like these asinine, arbitrary, these ridiculous things. These things that any normal fucking, like, literally anyone off the street, I could ask them, if I did this, they might go, oh, you probably, don't avoid it next time, but I wouldn't be mad at you if you did that. Stuff like doing a pistol squat at a family dinner before everyone sat down. Apparently that's a fucking sin in her world, Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm your partner, I do everything for you, and I don't get licensed to do one oddball little thing. You're not, like, that's the kind of thing that you look at me and you go, you're so weird, Isaac. You don't throw the book at me for it. You brush past it because it's literally, it means nothing. Anyway, what's my point? Yeah, I was a tool and she abandoned me. I said it to her. I said, I feel like I'm just like you're throwing me into the dirt like a tool. Me into the trash is what I said. And she did. And I don't get anyone to talk about it with, My best friend's becoming so shut off and disconnected, and he's getting so argumentative about everything. Like, he just can't. He can't just. He thinks he's right all the time, and that's a real problem, right? You're only allowed to think you're right when you've proven it. And you should be able to go, yeah, I was wrong. And he's just he's hopeless at it. And it means that I don't have that anymore. I can't talk to him about things. I don't trust him. I don't trust him to be impartial. I don't trust him to be sort of fair in the way that he treats me as a friend. And yeah, fairness is not assumed, but in a friendship you create it. Fairness is created. I don't know. That's the whole problem. And I can't even enjoy things. I'm getting to the point where I can't even enjoy things. I don't enjoy anything. I'm waking up every day just pressing on by sheer sort of like fear of motivation. Like, not so much that I have a purpose and I'm doing stuff, but that I'm just sort of adhering to social consequences. So, if I don't get up and go to work, then I'm going to get fired. That's a social consequence. So, oh my God, he's doing a wheelie. I just feel, I try and do things on my own too, just completely in my own solitude, but I just can't. I don't feel it, man. I don't feel anything about it. And I realize the problem, right? Like, it's like, why do I need other people to validate me for doing things? And there are definitely some things that doesn't apply to, but I'm feeling as though I need to rely on that as a crutch. And the problem is that I don't even have social validation. No one talks to me, barely anyone, right? I'm the kind of person who gets a 20-minute Instagram conversation every week, which is not a lot of social engagement. And yeah, maybe there's a little bit more than that, like incidentally, here and there and here and there. But I don't really feel seen. I mean, what do you think I'm making this video, right? I don't know. I've put it in fucking portrait again, so it's not going to be YouTube watchable. Also, I look terrible today. I don't know. I really don't. I've been really busy this last 2 weeks, and initially I thought the busyness was helping me, but it's just like what I said. I'm just using like social pressure to push forward, and it's not necessarily good. Like today, I just get, I had a big day yesterday. Did tons of stuff. Went to bed at like 1 or 2 or whatever it was, and what the hell are they, geese? And I woke up at 8, got my sister to school, right? Drove my sister to school for half an hour, and I went back to bed, and then woke up at like 2. And then these 2 dogs had broken into our backyard, and I have guinea pigs, and the guinea pigs were inside, but if they were outside, these dogs would have ripped them to shreds, so I don't have to worry about that. And I get charged to go talk to the owners, and the owners aren't home, and then I then get charged to grab some dog food for the dogs, because apparently we're feeding these dogs now. I get it, but the issue is more like, let's get them back onto their side of the fence. And I buy dog food, and my dad's like, oh, that's not the thing I wanted. Well, I asked you what you wanted, and you just said dog treats, so I got some dog food. I got some, a small packet of dog food. I imagine they'll like that. It's just, I don't know. Can't make any money. Yeah, I'm starting TAFE on Monday, which is good. It'll pace me again, but I don't know who I'm doing it for. I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't, like, none of this seems to have much of a purpose. I keep trying to write a purpose into it. I've got my Instagram highlights where I try and, weave it all into a story. But the truth is just, I am broken after someone abandoned me, and that's it. I don't want to be broken. I feel like I was broken long before that too. Broken enough to let someone just walk all over me. I don't know, I'm really struggling. And you know what, I was probably using the social pressure of just having a girlfriend to push me forward then as well. After it got bad, I was just pressing forward based on her request, and that's why she walked all over me. It looked, not that anyone was looking, because again, that's the other thing, like, I can't talk to anyone about these experiences except her, and she will never talk to me again. And honestly, I don't want to talk to her again, because I don't think she'll change. I don't think she's going to wake up one morning and be like, oh my god, I feel so guilty about the way I treated Isaac. It's like, no, she's fucking moved on, because she's a heartless little fucking lobster, I guess. She's a little insect. She doesn't have a soul. I gave her so many chances to be better. So many opportunities to, see her own faults and try and do the right thing. And just nothing. Just nothing every time. Just like my best mate. Just never. I never heard it once that that was my fault, unless it was something so innocuous like dropping butter or something. Like, no, I never ever heard that from her. There was one time that she was holding something in her hand, and I was like looking in the aisle of a store, and she walked by me, so my back's faced to her, and she bumps into me from the back and then drops something, and it's like shampoo or something, and it splatters all over the ground. And she, without saying it, silently blames me. And then I take it immediately upon myself to make the situation better. I talk to the store person, I grab a bunch of a paper towel, and I start cleaning it up, and I put the remainder in the bin, then I buy a second one to replace it with my own money. Not that I'm a stingy person, it's just particularly because it wasn't my fault, right? And there was never a moment where she was like, hey, listen, back there, that was my fault, I'm sorry. Like, she didn't, like, even though, like, if anyone witnessed that, they'd be like, yeah, she ran into you with an item in her hand. She was being, she was a bumbling moron in that particular instance. And she, as a result of her own actions, dropped that stuff. And then you took the blame for it? Like, that's crazy, right? But there was no one else to witness it. And she would never hold herself to account. And I guess it was my job, I guess I should have been more firm, and I should have been more firm constantly, but I was just so beaten down, And I kept letting stuff like that slide. I did everything. Here I am, still just trying to make it mean something. Like, I just want it to have meant something. And I guess I can go, I've yo-yoed between, fuck it, I'll just go get out there and like make a bunch of friends and like do a bunch of stuff and like it'll be fine. Life will be fine. I'll just fill life with more life, right? And I'll, the memory of it will fade. And I swung the other way as well, where it's like fuck it, I'll just be alone forever. Like, if no one wants to try for me, then I'm not going to try for them. And neither works long term. Also, both are influenced by emotional moods mainly, so I don't actually get to stick to it because it's driven forward by a temporary feeling. I feel like I can't stick with anything. I can't stick with any of my decisions because they're not decisions, Like, that's why I've stuck to this one where, like, my fucking dad, who I work with, just did something ridiculously dangerous and then blamed it all on me when I'm standing, like, right next to him. And he fucking, he gets to the point where he's arguing with me and I just, he says some crap and I'm like, make me. And then he squares up, after I said that, he squares up to me like some sort of schoolyard bully. My 62-year-old father is, trying to get physical with me. And so I immediately throw my hands at him, like, do not go there. And he's like, oh, I will. And I'm like, and I immediately I throw my hands at him, like, fuck it. Fuck it, I'm walking home, right? So we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I just caught the train home that day. And I decided from then on, I'm not working with this kind of thing has happened plenty of times before, and I'm just done with it. I'm not going to work for someone who it's both. I'm not going to work for someone who does that kind of thing constantly and never changes, never apologizes, and never anything, right? I don't need that kind of stress in my life, not to mention the fact that the job itself isn't even that good. But also, I just need to give myself permission to hold my foot down and go, no, I'm not going to let you walk all over me. I was talking about this with my best mate when I went to America. I was like, hey, the main issue with me and my girlfriend, where we were together at the time, is that I just can't seem to say no. But you know what? It's not just my fault. She should have realized. And she should have... I know it's all well and great to say, well, it's her fault because she didn't do this. Like, yeah, I get it, right? I get it. It's my responsibility to protect myself, and I see that now. But, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I did everything for this girl, 24/7. Literally everything you could possibly imagine. And I was kind, and I was calm, and I was measured, and I helped, and I just did so much. None of it means anything. It just doesn't... It's rocked my core. It's rocked the core of who I am. And I see the pattern everywhere. Like, it's just especially potent with her because I actively chose her. Even when it was bad, I chose her. It wasn't like the friends where it's like, they don't like hanging around me for what, they just stopped liking me and they stopped inviting me to things. Like, that's one kind of pain, but it's a different kind of pain to actively choose someone, to look past the red flags, to look past the bad stuff and go, I choose you anyway, right? And then for them to just not return the favor whatsoever. That's crazy to me. It breaks how I see the world. Like, I guess I just assume people have a heart. She didn't even say sorry for any of it. I could have burned her life down. I could have. I wanted to, right, 10 days after she left me to rot in my house on my own when no one else was home because everyone else was on holiday, so I just had to rot in breakup fucking depression and desperation, right? I had the thought for a few days. I could put everything I have in a big fucking file and send it to everyone, and it would have ruined her reputation. She would be still reeling from it now. But I thought to myself, what would be the fucking point, right? Like, none of this is a happy thing. I guess the reason I didn't do it was either A, I just didn't have the heart to, or B, it's a bit of both. It's not A or B. It's like I both didn't have the heart to, and also it wouldn't have got her back. And I kind of just wanted her to come back. I wanted her to see what she had done. And I protested to all of her friends and all of my friends. I'm like, just get her to sit down in a room with me and you guys, and let's talk about this. But no, just wanted to avoid it. And she had the perfect fucking bullshit excuse too. I'm not going to go into it. It's not worth going into. But like, that thing that she told everyone is why we broke up is just the most full of horse crap thing I've ever fucking heard. And you know what? I think she believes it too. I think in her little dumb fucking pattern, victim mindset, pattern-seeking mind, she believes it. And that's the rotten part, right? That's the part that makes it so that I never would have had a chance, no matter how right I am. It doesn't matter. She sees a different version of reality. She sees the version of reality where she's right. She sees the version of reality where she gets to be a victim, and she was constantly looking for those situations where she was a victim. And like, yeah, it all lines up, right? That tracks. That fucking baseballs, right? And I guess I should have fucking seen it coming, but I didn't, and it hurts. And no one else wants to give me any attention because I'm not some fucking nonchalant, red flag ridden asshole. Complete side tangent. Dating apps, Hinge. Why do people say out loud and proud, I'm attracted to red flags? What the fuck do you mean? I guess I am too, to a degree. I'm attracted to people who seem like they need help, and I like to help them, right? And that is a red flag. At the end of the day, that's not a good thing. But I can acknowledge it. I'm going, well, yeah, I've been very conscious not to entertain things from people who are similar to my ex-girlfriend, because I don't want that to become my type, right? My thing. I don't. Listen, all of this is just to say I'm fucking lost, and I feel like shit, and I can't complete anything, and nothing feels good, and I don't even feel good at the things that I'm good at, and I don't know. I double booked myself today. I was meant to do door dashing to make some money for myself, but because we didn't have a birthday dinner for my dad last night, because he wanted to kick it to today, now I have to do that. And it's not like, I made a plan. I asked him, what would you like for your birthday dinner? He was like, just chippies. So I'm like, okay, I'll make some homemade chips, I'll do the whole ice bath, and I'll make some homemade garlic aioli and everything. I don't know. I kind of just want the world to see me bleed sometimes. I just want to be acknowledged for something. No one knows any of this stuff, so even if I was successful, no one would know no one would have any actual grasp of what it took. And I don't just want to be some fucking guy with a big swinging dick and money. Like, that's not fulfilling. I want someone to understand me, and that's the main thing I want. So I don't need the other stuff. I don't need money. I don't need status. I don't even need like material things. I don't need hot showers. I just need someone who understands me. And I don't know how to find them. I just want a partner. I want a partner who sees me for who I am and who I see for who wants the same thing, right? Who also wants to be seen. But how do I find someone like that? If I did, would we even be able to communicate that that's what's going on? Could me being like this, right? If I showed this side of myself, would someone just immediately assume that I'm a complainer and a victim mindset person? And it's not that way, but they might misconstrue it for, this guy's just a fucking loser, and he always will be. They don't see the hardworking side that no one else has. It's such a fucking catch-22 of, I'm just damned if I do and damned if I don't. I could do. A long time ago, I decided I was a people value person. Like, at the end of the day, all the value comes from who you surround yourself with. And so far, all that's gotten me is a little bit of boundary setting with people who I don't want to hang out with anymore. But let's be fucking real here, like, barely any of those people wanted to hang out with me anyway. There was one guy that I purposefully cut off, but I'm pretty sure he would have not talked to me anyway past a certain point. And he was really bad. And if I see him again, it's just going to be like on-site type shit. I don't like talking like that, but it's funny. You know, just... And even then, I imagined it. Like, this guy who I don't like and who has made my life harder in so many ways. And I still imagine if he contacted me, I'd give him a little chance just to, you know, give me one reason why I should talk to you. And then all it would take is him saying, you know, some sympathetic bullshit, and then I'm right back there, back to square one. I don't know. I gotta go get oil for the fries I'm making. I'm just really not okay. I can't say I'm waking up thinking about killing myself. I don't. It was like I've only ever in my life I've only ever really thought about that kind of thing. Just like even just broadly once, and that was, you know, in that 10 days of isolation after I broke up with my girlfriend. It's so odd to, like, you know, it still feels like it still feels real to me, you know, but it's not. It hasn't been for 5 months, 6 months, 5 months. And parts of me just hope that one day I get a text that says, you know, I'm sorry. Shit, the real, if I'm being honest, the real fantasy I have is that she comes back and she's like, you were so right, and like, please help me understand myself. Like, that would be... Is that bad of me? Like, because it's not, I don't want it for control. I actually want to help her. I did the entire time. None of this was in my interest. You know what would have been in my interest? To shut my mouth and just go along with it and, you know, get laid every week or whatever, and like put in as little effort as possible. That would have been in my interest, you know, if we're going by that brutally hedonistic, you know, materialistic, soulless approach that a lot of people take to their relationships. Like, but no, I went out of my way to focus on the truth and to focus on things that mattered to both of our lives. And I took a back seat the whole time, and I made sure she was okay. It's like, so that's why I have the fantasy of, you know, she might just not, I would never want to be with her again, but, which is such a bad thing to say. It's like, I would just want to help her fix herself, and I just want a real connection, for God's sake. Is that so much to ask? And like, in my eyes, the realest connection I could get would be, you know, this person who I'm so intimately familiar with, helping them understand themselves and making their life better seems like the most fulfilling thing I can think of. Because it would be, to me at least. I don't know, I'm just very lonely. I'm going to upload this now so I don't forget, because I hate recording these. I recorded a few of them and I didn't upload them. And it just makes me feel insane. And I'm talking to myself for no fucking reason. There it is again. You know, this right now, I'm just trying to look for fucking social validation. It's not quite that shallow, but like... yeah, I got nothing else. Alright. Next video. Bye-bye.